Welcome back, YouTube, to another episode of Family Tradition Fishing. Billy here. Today we're going to be going over my native Titan 12 foot. First off, we're going to go over the seat. I really like this seat. It sets high, it's in a good pedaling position, and with a quick couple turns, it slides back for the taller, up for the shorter. A couple more turns, it's locked into position. It's you feel really safe, it's really sturdy. This boat all around is very sturdy. This kayak is amazing. A lot of people talk about the squeakiness of the seat. I don't know if you can hear that. It's not too bad. If you're sitting in a cross wake or something where you're going side to side, gets a little annoying, but nothing you can't handle. That's the seat. Second thing I absolutely love, and this is what made me get this kayak, is this pedal drive. Forward easy. You go in reverse without having to pull in any cords like the Hobie. You just lift it up, drop it down. You can't go any further than that right now because we're on dirt, and that's just not how it works. Lift it up, put it down when you're in shallow water. It's got two rod holders. It's got one that goes up here. Your rods go into these for safe storing. It's a good thing. Mine got a little hard and warped, and now my rod will stick out right there, but I'm gonna silicone this in. No big problem there. We're gonna jump into the storage. The storage is big. I came from tournament bass fishing out of a boat. I can stick 27 rods in there. There's no need in doing that in a kayak. Usually I fish with 4 or 5, so it really fits in there really well. I got the Birch's Tackle Shop sticker on there. More aerodynamic for your boat, makes you go faster. That's a lie, but I'll throw it in there. Back here on the back, I added a Power Pole Micro, not Power Pro, that's a line. But I love this thing. You get into shallow water up to 8 foot, and you get a little honey hole going on, or if there's a bedding fish or anything like that and you want to stay stable, you drop that, you're there. It's really great. Next, how all the electronics work. My little battery pack here. I made this battery box with my son. He kind of fried my toggle switch, so I don't have one of those right now, but one's on order from Amazon. I'll flip this up real quick so you guys can see it. This is my layout right here. If you want a video on that, let's get thumbs up and just say box, and I'll tell you how I made it. Just leave a box comment, and me and my son will go over how we did that. Oh yeah, little addition. These are real nice. Not these. These don't come with the boat. You got to get some. But they're little paddle holders. You get into shallow water where you can't use your pedal drive anymore, and you got to use your paddles. This is quick, easy storage, pop in place, they're out of the way. I don't have my black box or anything in here right now. It's actually in my truck. Which brings me another thing about the seat. Sorry to jump around a lot, but I keep a big tackle box. It's pretty big. It actually takes up every inch of this, and that's what I like about it. It is my everyday pond stuff. If I'm going to a small pond or a small lake or something like that, it can hold everything I need in it. My black box holds everything else, but there's enough room under there to where I can get to all my stuff easy. The number one reason I got this watercraft is how stable it is. There is not a place on this boat that I cannot stand and fish from, and I mean that. From the very tip of it to the very back of it, I can stand. I'm 167 pounds, and I could stand and fish every inch of this boat, and it is stable. I could fish in the perch position up here, and I'm very stable. I can walk up to the very tip of it, anchor down. If I'm sight fishing and I want to be as close as I can walk to the tip of it. I can also walk to the very back if I got to take a pee-pee. That's very important, because on kayaks, unless you want to get out and get wet, you got to get off of them and pee. This one, I can step all the way to the back and pee. Very nice. Or they added in this little guy right here. You could just pull this over, take you a little tinkle out of there. It works too. Very convenient. Thanks for thinking of us. All right, well, that's my native kayak, guys. Absolutely love it. Don't hate anything about it. It is heavy. If no one has told you that this is heavy, let me go ahead and tell you, it's heavy. If you're planning on pulling it down, up and down big hills, boat ramps that go up and down, it's a pain. It really is. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you have an SUV and you plan on putting a kayak on top, this is not the kayak for you. It's just not. It is too heavy. You'll drop it. You'll be out $2,700 like that. So do not do that. Get you a good system that works for you for pulling this thing and dragging it around. I've heard really good things about the Boondocks landing gear. I don't have one because I've watched a bunch of horror stories where on these track systems, that's where your Boondocks goes, it holds from the track systems here, and all the weight is holding straight down. Now, I don't know if it was always installation errors or sometimes bad stuff just happens. But it would break these, then you would have all this messed up here, and that's just a bad time for everybody because it's really hard to fix. So I just have the C-Tug for now. It works good for me as long as I'm not on a really big slope. The C-Tug gets me where I need to go. I've went up and down some pretty steep boat ramps and been fine. It's just sometimes kind of awkward. I do mine in the water. I'll do a video on that of how I put mine on so that I don't mess up the bottom of my boat. But I actually, while the butt end of my boat is still in the water, I slide it under, strap it on real good, and then I take off walking. It works for me. Best thing about having a kayak is you got to find out what works for you. All the tinkering that you can do in these boats to make it specific for you, do that. It's a side project inside of a side project for one of the best sports and hobbies there is. So there's a lot of stuff that you could do to make your kayak your kayak. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, hit the little bell notification so you know when my videos come out. And like always, guys, catch you next time.